Humans for Education up now.
Hi, my name is Daphne Pariser, and I'm the president and founder of Humans for Education. When I was 10 years old, my father brought me to Kenya on safari. And in the world's most well-known safari country, I came face to face with extreme poverty. And I'll never forget the little boy who came up to my bus and banged on my window, pleading for help. And I remember making eye contact with him and just feeling completely helpless because there was nothing I could do as a 10-year-old child. And that one instance changed my life forever. A few weeks later, our safari tour guide told me that because of who I am, because of my status as an American and my empathy for those who suffer, that I could change the world. And just like Dr. Martin Luther King, I believe that we can change the world and we can see that these children have a chance to succeed. So today I'm here to tell you about my plan on how to make this dream a reality. So with over 250 million people who are literate worldwide, we knew that we were really up against quite a big problem. So we wanted to focus in on one area as a proof of principle before expanding to other countries. And so with the majority of these people who are literate in sub-Saharan Africa, we decided to start in Kenya. So currently in Kenya, 900,000 children who are of primary school age are illiterate and not in school, and 100,000 children die every single year from easily preventable diseases. Just think about that. They're dying from easily preventable diseases. And so they can't read because they don't have schools, or the schools that they're in don't have the proper funding. But we have a solution to that. And our solution is to create financially independent schools. And I'm going to tell you how in just 1 second. But this isn't just for them, this is actually also for us. In 2015, the White House did a study that shows that every single dollar that you invest into education actually produces a $10 return on investment. In addition, these children are going to be faced with the largest human crises of our time: overpopulation, food scarcity, and climate change. But if they can read, they can solve these problems. Literacy is the key to opening these doors, and we have a solution to illiteracy. So 12 years after my first visit in Kenya, I went back to Kenya and met a father who had committed the past 10 years of his life to volunteering at a school. And so we went to this school to talk to the school staff about a solution. And I said, I want to do something that is sustainable and doesn't need continued donor support. And they said, great, we already have a solution to that, and that's to buy and sell cows. So they had done this on a really small scale. They had bought a few cows, they had sold them for a profit, and they'd already seen that this created jobs in the community, and it had helped them with school expansion, health and sanitation, and infrastructural builds. And so we decided to try this on a larger scale, and we piloted this program last year with Destiny Shaper Primary School. And the way that this works is Destiny has 42 acres of land, and so we bought them 50 cows. And we actually decided to stay with cows because cows are incredibly resilient in times of economic instability. They are culturally very sensitive in this area. People buy and sell cows as a commodity. And in addition to that, all of the school staff have intimate knowledge on how to raise and sell cows because they've done this since birth. So there's not a large learning curve to this. So actually, the father that I met when I was in Kenya decided to quit his job and take a 50% pay cut to come work for us because he really believed that we could do this and we could give children the education that they deserve. And because of that, we now had a native-born Kenyan who had intimate knowledge of the cultural market and the financial market in Kenya. So we basically buy a cow for $200, we sell that cow for $400. That $400 can then be broken up and buy another cow, and that other $200 can become income for the school. So half of the money goes back to buying a new herd, and the other half goes back to income for the school. So we started working with Destiny Shaper in September 2017, and by December of 2017, they had already sold their cows for a profit. They were able to use half of that to buy 219 sheep, and we decided to switch to sheep because they're hardier during the rainy season, which is this current season. And with the other half of that money, they were able to put in a 10,000-liter water tank, electricity in every single classroom, teacher house, and administrative building, and they were able to build a brand new kitchen, all from 3 months of income. So the advantages that we have over our competition are really quite clear. We're the only business that has a comprehensive program that includes education, clean water, sanitation, and a small sustainable business that will help these people become financially independent for the long term. In addition, this isn't just for the school. This creates community empowerment. It allows people who have lived in generations of poverty to see the light at the end of the tunnel because it allows them to make their own decisions about their schools. In addition, we can do all of this for a one-time donation, and I'm going to explain how we can do that in just 1 second. So since we've started, we've now piloted this at 3 different schools. Over 700 children benefit from our programs. All of our schools have clean water and hand washing. We know that our students are using these 2 to 9 times per day because we actually track all of our data every single day. In addition, 20% of grades have improved because of our programs, and we've decreased serious illnesses such as typhoid, malaria, and dysentery, and saved 40% of hospitalization bills because of this program. We now have 28 student scholars, which in turn helps the community financially. So we've done the pilots, we know that they work, and the community is actually really taking notice. We now have a 2-year wait list of schools who are ready to get these programs. We're ready to expand, and we're ready to see this area of Kenya get the independence that they deserve. So what's next? Well, this competition is really all about ingenuity and creativity and determination. And really the only way we can move forward is with your guys' help. And so for $20,000, which is the grand prize here today, we can work with a small existing school and build them a small business, clean water and sanitation, and provide 20 scholarships. Not only for these children, but for generations of children to come. For $20,000, we can ensure that they have sustainability and financial freedom. But we didn't want to stop there. We want to make sure that all children have the chance to succeed. And so because of the extreme shortage of schools, we decided we wanted to build schools from the ground up. And so to do that, we can actually do it for $60,000, an entirely brand new school for $60,000 with a small business program, with scholarships, with clean water. And not only will they survive, they will thrive without further contributions. We'll never need to donate to these schools again. So we really could not do this without our fantastic team. We have experts all the way from nonprofits in Kenya to large US chain businesses here in America. In addition, we have David Kasura, who is a born and raised Kenyan who has really intimate knowledge of the Kenyan culture to really make sure that all of our businesses are culturally sensitive. In addition, Craig Smith has just joined our team. He's from John Brown Limited. And he has helped raise $6 million to $2.9 billion for companies like Smithsonian and Columbia University. And so we really couldn't do this without our supporters like Getty, Rotary, Farish, and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And so we have a solution to illiteracy. Our solution is to build small, sustainable, proven businesses to help these schools become financially independent. Now is the time to make a difference. Now is the time to really understand that begging child's needs and do something about it. Our destinies are intrinsically intertwined with the destinies of these children. If they succeed, we succeed. And so I'm really asking you, please vote for us so that we can move on to the finals and we can have a shot to give generations of children